What if I told you that while Donald Trump is once again shaking global politics, starting trade wars, threatening allies, and provoking rivals, China is deliberately choosing not to react? No angry military moves, no loud diplomatic retaliation, no rush into global confrontations. Instead, Beijing is doing something far more dangerous. It is staying calm. Today, we will break down why China is showing restraint, what Trump's global chaos really means for Beijing, whether this calm is strategic or temporary, and what this silence could mean for the future of global power. Donald Trump's foreign policy is built on disruption, from threatening NATO allies to trade wars with China, to aggressive posturing in Iran, Venezuela, Ukraine, and even Greenland. Trump's approach is simple: maximum pressure, minimum predictability. Historically, such chaos would invite countermoves from major powers. Russia often reacts, Europe protests, Middle Eastern states reposition. But China does not rush in. And that is not weakness, it is calculation. Many analysts expected Beijing to aggressively exploit Trump's unpredictability. Instead, China chose strategic patience. Why? Because China understands something very important. Trump's chaos is not always aimed at China, and reacting everywhere would overstretch Beijing. China is not trying to be the world's policeman. It is trying to be the world's next system maker. Beijing focuses on economic stability, domestic legitimacy, long-term power transition, not short-term emotional responses. China's restraint is rooted in its core diplomatic philosophy. Beijing officially follows non-interference, respect for sovereignty, peaceful coexistence. Unlike the US, China does not usually intervene militarily in distant conflicts. So when Trump escalates in Venezuela, Iran, Middle East flashpoints, China asks one question: does this directly threaten our core interest? If the answer is no, China stays out. China reacts strongly only when its red lines are touched: Taiwan, South China Sea, internal stability, economic growth, Communist Party legitimacy. Outside these areas, China prefers silence. This explains why Beijing remains calm globally but firm regionally. It is selective assertiveness. Another critical reason for restraint is military reality. Despite its rapid modernization, China is still not militarily equal to the United States on a global scale. The US has hundreds of overseas bases, carrier strike groups across oceans, decades of alliance networks. China knows that premature confrontation would be costly, so instead of confrontation, China invests in time. Trump's foreign policy creates friction everywhere. Allies feel uncertain, institutions weaken, US credibility erodes. China benefits from this without lifting a finger. Beijing believes that the more chaotic America becomes, the more attractive China's stability looks. No speeches, no slogans, just quiet positioning. China's calm does not mean passivity forever. If Trump shifts his focus heavily toward Asia, if Taiwan becomes a pressure point, if economic decoupling accelerates, China's restraint will end. Silence today does not mean silence tomorrow, it means preparation. We are entering a world where America disrupts, China waits, the global order slowly shifts. This is not a Cold War, this is a transition war, economic, technological, and ideological. And in transitions, the most dangerous player is not the loudest one. It is the one that waits. China's restraint amid Trump's chaos is not weakness. It is strategy. It is patience. It is long-term power thinking. While others react emotionally, China counts years, not headlines. And that may define the next global order. If you found this analysis useful, like the video, subscribe to Knowledge Suitcase, and comment below: is China's restraint smart, or is it delaying an inevitable clash?